Hey Insiders, I'm Emma Kapotes.
And I'm Michael Julian.
Welcome to Festival Insider, a podcast for insiders by insiders. Welcome to our very first teaser episode. MJ and I are super excited to kick this podcast off. And today is going to be super short. We are just going to give you a brief rundown of who we are and what you can expect from Festival Insider podcast in future episodes. But before we dive into what this podcast is all about, we wanted to quickly introduce ourselves. So MJ, do you want to go first and introduce yourself?
I would say ladies first, no?
Okay. Perfect. All right. So I am Emma Kapotes. I am a digital content creator from New Jersey, and I started out basically online with my YouTube channel in 2017. I started making videos for festival goers to prepare them for large scale, events and EDM fans as well. And then that led to me starting another podcast in 2019 called Rave Culture Cast. And since then, I've just spent the last 4 years creating content for basically the EDM community. So it's become a huge passion of mine, and it's led me to make some incredible connections. And now I am sitting here with MJ, and that's how we basically connected online. But yeah, MJ is the true festival insider, so I'll let him get into his whole background.
Yeah, my story is a little bit boring. I came to New York in the 90s with my family, and while in high school, I went to Limelight, which is a pretty legendary place here in New York, one of my favorite clubs. And back then I was more for the love of the music and party, and one thing led to another, and somehow next thing I know I was a promoter running guest list. And then I took it a lot more seriously in the very end of 90s, and many years later, many clubs later, I'm here sitting still doing this at 43. I've been very lucky throughout the journey to be connected with some amazing people, and I think this friendships and partnerships is what really got me to stay and got me so far. And in the process, I was fortunate enough to be on the team that launched a festival in New York called Electric Zoo. I've been very fortunate to work with a lot of international event brands like Elro and many others. And I worked with a lot of artists. I was able to work with Rocco to bring Awakenings to New York for the first ever Awakenings. And, it's just been such a fun ride. And the reason why I'm so excited about this podcast is actually a lot of people are hitting me up all the time and asking me to advise them on how to get into this industry and work in live events and in music. And, I have a lot to share, but that's a very little piece comparing to what other great people want to share. And I've always wanted to have a platform where my friends who achieved a lot and have amazing stories to tell and advice to give to younger people can come in and do it. And this is an amazing opportunity. I'm very excited to work with you, Emma. I think together we bring two different sides of insider to the table, and we have a very cool list of guests coming up already, and I'm pumped.
Yes, 100%. And exactly. We have a very good balance because MJ's had so much experience in this industry. And I definitely come a little bit more from the community side or the fan side. And there's so many people who want more in-depth knowledge into this industry. And they're going to find that on Festival Insider, not only this podcast, but the website and the social platforms as well. So all of those things are coming, and it's going to be really exciting. And this is sort of kicking everything off. But
and you're like a mama bear, right? Just okay.
Yeah,
mama bear,
yeah.
Right.
Exactly. But yeah, and that leads us to this podcast. So can you describe a little bit about what Festival Insider is, or what you hope that it will be for people?
Yeah, absolutely. So I wanted to launch something where fans and industry can go and read articles or listen to interviews or just consume content that makes sense to them both. And, I haven't had there are a lot of great media, a lot of really awesome outlets out there, but I personally don't read many of them because they're very specific to either music or charts or lineup announcements, and maybe that doesn't interest me as much. I was looking for something that I could read, but in the same time, something that you can read. And, Insider is going to be a thing where it's everything. We want to break through new artists that most people don't know about yet. We want to recommend live streams, on festivals when events go back. But we also want to talk to industry veterans. We want to interview people from the community. And, all of these efforts are to build a stronger community as one. That was always my dream, where the industry and the fans together, are connected. I feel like if the industry learns more about the fans and what they want and what they need and, what inspires them, they'll do a better job producing the events. And maybe me being on that side, I can tell you, I listen, give me the feedback so we can make it better, because we're making it for you.
Right.
And on the flip side, same thing. I do think fans underestimate of how much it takes to produce events. And maybe there is 17 headliners and not 23. It doesn't mean you have to go on socials and complain. And, I want both sides to really respect each other more and, more importantly, connect more. So there's a direct communication. I think this is a good start. And as we go, we'll evolve it, and I think it'll be more concrete of exactly what we're doing. But for now, it's a community, and that's the goal is to build it up.
Awesome. No, I love that. And I don't, there's hopefully never going to be another time like right now. And it's a little bit of downtime. And I think it definitely is about giving back on both sides and having these conversations right now. So you tease that we're going to have some pretty incredible guests coming up from all different, different industry professionals, all different backgrounds, artists, content creators across the board. And we're also going to do episodes probably in between that are going to be shorter, more topical episodes. So that's just going to be a conversation between MJ and I, where we just focus on one topic that's, industry related or community related. And we'll just give our candid thoughts and opinions. So those will be really fun to record as well.
Yeah, and do tell us what you think so that we can, focus on things that are actually valuable for everyone, because that's the purpose of spending time on this.
Yep, 100%. And so just to give you an idea, we are going to have everything distributed. So hopefully we'll be on Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, all the places you would normally stream. We are going to be launching a YouTube channel as well if you prefer to watch the episodes. And the best place you can connect with us right now is on Instagram at Festival Insider. And a website we will have up as well. So yes, definitely send feedback, DM us with topic ideas or guests you would like to see on the podcast. MJ, do you want to tease who we're going to have as our first guest?
So yeah, it's going to be a very special guy. His name is Rutger Jensen. I know Rutger for a long time. As he worked at SFX and was one of the few people that was on the team that enabled us to put the animals at the electrical stages. He's currently director of production and more at Insomniac, and has a really great story in between. He's one of the founders of the company called Backbone, which is one of the best production companies in the world, and got a lot of fun stories to tell, I bet. So I'm excited about that. Yep,
we're coming in hot. The first guest.
It's As only up from here. Would say, very nice. I like.
Exactly. Exactly. We're coming in hot, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. Thank you all for listening and for sticking with us. And again, you can connect with us on social media at Festival Insider. MJ, any final words for the insiders before we let them go?
Yeah, I'm going to be very nervous and I might suck. So give me a slack, give me 5-6 episodes to warm up, and then maybe I'll be myself and it'll get easier from there.
Exactly. It's only uphill from here. But yeah, we're really excited. So stay tuned. We will be back probably in about a week or so with our first episode. So thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.